Yeah, you're on. Meow. What is it, baby? I think I need to zoom out. What do you think, Doodle? What is it, baby? Well, you're on, Doodle. What, sweet girl? I know. What, baby? Hey, Ryan. Ryan's here. What? No, don't scratch yourself too hard. Hey, Jeanette. Jeanette's here. What? She's mad at me because I moved her from the other sofa. She's found a new place to lay. The sofa that you can see a little bit of it in the background. This past week, she started seriously, she started climbing up on that and sleeping. So I took her off of it to bring her over here to. Are you stuck? Don't tell me no. I can tell you're so silly. Nat. Okay, I guess you weren't stuck. Oh my God. Meow. Sorry, my voice is gone. Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll let you do all the talking. My cat goes through phases of different. Yeah, that's what she does. Where are you going? What are you doing, silly? Meow. What are you doing, brat? What happened to my voice? Well, I attended a friend's birthday party last night, and it was at a nightclub, so of course you had to yell to have conversations. But because of the DJ, the music, all that stuff, and I woke up this morning and I couldn't talk. I'm much better now than I was when I first woke up. When I first woke up, I was like I'd been gargling with gravel or something. But it was fun. We had a good time. Rosie was not happy with me because the nightclub was at a hotel and a bunch of people got rooms rather than drive home afterwards. And I was one of those people. I decided to get a room rather than driving home after celebrating. And so I made sure Rosie was taken care of. She had plenty of food, water, all that stuff. I mean, she was just overnight. I got home about 7:30 this morning. Oh, she was not happy with me. Her was not a happy girl. She seems to be over it though. But yeah, that's what happened to my voice. So it was a friend's birthday party. Her and her husband rented out a night. It's a nightclub at a hotel that they hold events and whatnot. So they rented it out the whole thing for 2 hours, and then when the club opened to the public, then they roped off half of it for the party and half of it for the public. So, but yeah. Hey, Marilyn, how are you doing? Yeah, she was not too terribly thrilled with me. The fact that the sun was up. I mean, she's almost kind of used to it because the job that I've been working on to be lower impact on the worker and the business and everything, I've actually been going in at 8 o'clock at night and working until 4 in the morning. That way the business is not impacted, and so I usually end up getting home about 5 o'clock or so anyway. So this was just like 2 hours extra, 2.5 hours, because I didn't stay at the hotel till checkout. I actually woke up about, I think I woke up about 4 o'clock and couldn't go back to sleep because it was a really nice hotel, but the pillows were probably the worst pillows I've ever experienced in my life. I woke up about 4 and could not go back to sleep. So about 6:30, I went ahead and checked out and came home. Where are you going, Doodle? She's going back to her other sofa. Scott was partying hard. No, not as hard as I used to when I was in a band, but no, I did go, have a few cocktails and enjoyed the company of friends. But yeah, what are you doing, dude? But yeah, today's gonna be a quick one because I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I've got to get done. So, but I still wanted to bring y'all the doodle. You deserve to let your hair down. Well, thank you, Ryan. I don't do that very often, but it was like I said, it was my friend's birthday, and something that had been planned for a while, so I wasn't going to not celebrate with her and her husband and family and friends and all that stuff. So, but yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. What are you doing, Rosie? But yeah, I was really disappointed in the pillows. I was surprised. I mean, it's a really nice hotel, but the pillows just, I mean, they're big and they're soft and everything. The bed was, awesome, the bedding, everything, but it was the pillows. Once you laid your head on them, about 30 seconds later, they literally flattened to nothing. I mean, it was almost like you were laying on just the pillowcase. I was like, it was very, very upset, very disappointing, I should say. Hey, go. Settle down. She got me earlier this week. And when I say she got me, I mean she got me. She wasn't playing. She literally attacked me. I could kind of see. I guess I kind of. I don't want to say that I kind of brought it on myself, but we were playing, or I was playing, and she was playing at first, but then I saw her eyes widen. All of a sudden, we're playing, we're having a good time, but then all of a sudden her eyes widened, and she half laid her ears back, and I was like, "Why are you?" I was like, "This." I was almost thinking to myself, like, "You're not playing anymore, are you?" And about that quick, she launched and she ripped she got me like in 5 places in a half a second. This one right here was the worst. I mean, she lit into me. I mean, she got in trouble. I told her no in a very firm tone, and I put her on the floor and told her bad girl. I mean, she got a talking to. Yeah, I mean, she's never done that before, but I guess she was just, those psycho eyes. That's what happened? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. She just went, I mean, we were playing, it was right here on the sofa, right here in her little corner. We were playing, and I'm sitting there, patting, like y'all seen me do, I'm patting the sofa in front of her, and she's doing this, and she's doing that, and I'd reach and sort of scruff her head, and then I'd, do this and that. And all of a sudden, she kind of laid back and did this, and laid her ears about half down, her eyes got huge, and I was like, what is wrong? What are you doing? And next thing you know, she launched and just ripped me apart. Yes, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you were being a bad girl earlier this week. Come here. Now she's sitting over there just, she's sitting there staring at me, and I'm sitting there calling her. I've had enough cats to know you don't call a cat. You call a cat and cats just look at you like, are you stupid? Doodle. Rosie. This munchkin, I swear. Come here. Now go get your toy. That'll get your attention. Ugh. Meow. Meow. Where's your toy? Yeah, you know I'm coming over here near where your toy lives. Come on. Come on. Come on, Rosie. She keeps Daddy on his toes. Yes, she does. She got me that time. There wasn't no keeping me on my toes. She got me. Come on, Doodle. This is supposed to be the Rosie Show. You Doodle baby. Ah. The beans. Yes, that's you on the television. Bean dip. What are you doing? What are you doing, Brad? What's her doing? The way she's flicking that tail, she's getting ready to attack me. Get it, Doodle. Oh, you got it. Oh, yep, you got it. What are you doing, bathing the feather? What? Tiny little feet. Oh, what are you doing, dude? What? Where? Wait. Purr. She's in a really good mood. Yeah, let's hope she stays that way, so she doesn't attack me again. Oh, kisses. Good one for Ryan. One for Marilyn. One for Jeanette. One for Stephen. One for me. Yay. What? 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 Squeaky, squeaky. What? What, baby? She's in a lovely mood. I'm gonna watch them. Bless her, quiet rag. Yes. Quiet little rag doll. Sometimes. Oh my goodness. This breath. Oh. Get a sip of my cafecito. And I know, Dougal. I know you had to navigate the world all by yourself until 7:30 this morning. Meow. What? I can't even meow. 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 She like, don't even try, Daddy. What, baby? It's getting about time to file her claws again. Did you have a good week, Scott? I did. I had a good week. It was busy. Just the stuff I'm doing right now, it's very, very physically demanding. So having to move a lot of furniture to do the painting that I'm doing. So I'm letting the business know what office, like whose office I'm going to do on a particular night. That way they can prep, do their thing, get pictures, personal items moved and whatnot. Then I'll break down the desk and move. I have to when I go into somebody's office, I have to have it done from start to finish in a night so that I can have everything put back together, computers put back together, everything, before they start coming into work tomorrow, the next day, so that it's seamless for them. Yeah, they can't do that yet. When is our Scott not busy? I don't know. If it's not work, then it's other work, like the channel, or which I haven't dedicated a lot of time to. I mean, as is readily apparent by the virtue of not no videos up in a while. But it's up here upkeep on the house, other little side projects I've got going. So just various other things. It never ends. But that's a good thing. So how was everybody else's week? Marilyn says she had a good week. Awesome. Hope Ryan and Jeanette had a good week. Hope everybody had a good week. I don't know if Steven's here. Marilyn, yes, had a good week too, thanks. So everybody's pretty much getting out of the cold weather at this point. I know that Jeanette and I, being in the South, but I think Ryan is in an area that's fairly cold. I know Maryland is. I mean, it's May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Sorry, I'm a big Star Wars geek. Is it hot? Yeah. Well, hot is relative. It's been in the low 80s during the day. We don't really consider it to be hot here until we get in the either the high 90s or triple digits. So 80s is just a nice relaxing day for us, which it's true. But no, it's well on its way. About 70 here in Brooklyn. Showers. Oh, that's nice. That would be perfect. Showers all week and 70s. That's what I'm talking about. Had a couple of nice days so far. Might have some more over summer, but usually mild under 90. Under 90s, Ryan? Like that? Like y'all rarely go over 90? See, because one thing there's certain areas I know that Miami gets hot, which I've wanted to live in Miami forever, but I know that Miami gets hot, but then there are other areas, but I don't think it gets, I think it's just because of the, just the local climate. I don't know if Miami gets as blisteringly hot and humid as it does. I know they get hot and humid, but I know there are some places that it's just almost like, I've heard that, was it Los Angeles and San Diego is almost perfect weather year round, even though I have absolutely zero desire to go to California ever. I use 30 degrees centigrade, so it confuses me, but yeah, I think so. Sometimes it can be, but not very many days. Yeah, see, I don't know the Celsius. I can do the conversion, but I can't math right now. I guess I could look it up on the computer. And I consider my CPU runs slow when I'm live streaming. It may be winter again by the time I get an answer. Oh, come on. What, 30 degrees Celsius. (30°C) in Fahrenheit is 86. So that would be nice. What we got today? Sometimes we can do. Shirt orders go out tomorrow. Rosie, resting so sweetly. Yes. All right, so shirt orders go out tomorrow. Everybody's been so patient. I appreciate it. Hey, we appreciate it, Jeanette. It's not a matter of being patient. You've been spot on this. This is not something that any of us do for a living. So this is our little project. So we thank you. 30 is probably the max. Wow. 86 is the max. That would be, man. Yeah, I'm excited for the shirt. Yeah, Jeanette sent me earlier today. She sent me a couple of colors for the desert tan, and she had picked one out, and I think it is spot on for the equivalent of the military desert tan color. I think she knocked that one out of the park. So again, thank you very much, Jeanette. That is awesome. Your face is going to be on shirts and mugs. I got to come up with some mugs. Marilyn was requesting mugs, and for as much coffee as I drink, I need a doodle mug. Why are you staring a hole through me? Oh, jeez. I worry about you. Actually, I worry about me. I've got so much on my plate today. Ain't that right, Doodle? She's like, whatever. Yeah, we can't forget about Maryland one, and that's a good idea. Mugs would be good. Because y'all have seen my coffee cup. I mean, I've got that silver one I'm drinking my cafecito out of. That's got the logo for a little Peruvian grocery store here in town. But then I've got my regular coffee cup, that blue one. I keep a black piece of black tape over it because I don't want to be. I don't want to be advertising the name of the insurance company that is on there. I can't word today. Holy crap! But yeah, to have mugs with Rosie on there would be awesome. I look exhausted. Probably because I am. That's a good observation. Because because I told you, I went, I woke up I didn't really sleep much last night at the hotel because I think I left the party. The party started at like 7. And I think I cut out and went to the room. I think it was like midnight or 12:30 or something like that. And I think I watched something I think I watched a couple of episodes of South Park and almost sort of fell asleep, but then it was around 4 o'clock. I mean, I didn't really sleep much, but then when I did fall asleep, I woke up about 4, and like I said, I didn't get really good sleep because those were horrible pillows. I mean, they were terrible. I mean, they were the absolute worst pillows ever. And like I said, I mean, it's a really nice hotel. And I sort of tossed and turned from 4 until about 6, and then I decided I was just going to check out and come home, and got home I stopped, there's a Mexican meat market with a steam table. They do breakfast and lunch and everything. They open at 5 in the morning, so I stopped there and got breakfast, came home, and I think I didn't go, I laid back down. I think I laid back down probably 10 o'clock, 10:30, something like that. And I literally woke up at like 20 after 1. And I was like, oh, I gotta get set up for the Rosie Show. Tossing and turning. Yeah, and that's all I did. I mean, I kept trying to find a way for those pillows to be, so they had 4 of them. They had 2 on each side, and I was using 2 of them, and they would just, for the first 30 seconds, they were the greatest pillows ever. But as you lay on them, they would just keep settling and settling, and so I'm laying on 2 pillows, and they literally flattened out to where it was just like the pillow cases. So I grabbed a third one, grabbed one from the other side of the bed, used 3 of them, and then I don't know if that third pillow was different or 3 of them made something, but then it didn't squish down at all, and so my body's laying like this, and my head was jacked up like that, and I was just like, oh my God, this is horrible. So yeah, like I said, the bed was comfortable, the sheets were awesome, everything. It's a really nice hotel, really. It wasn't cheap, but the pillows, they could burn those pillows, and Rosie's pillows that she jumps off the sofa onto, I have napped on the sofa and used these. These are more comfortable than those pillows that were at the hotel. It was ridiculous. It was horrible. Probably gonna have nightmares about it. And I came home, ate, laid down on my pillows, and I was probably drooling all over myself. I was knocked out. But then, you know, like I said, I didn't get but about 3 hours once I got home. And I woke up and I grabbed my phone and looked at looked at my watch or something. It was like 1:20. I was like, oh, I gotta get up. So sorry, Scott had a rough night. It was horrible. It was horrible. No, it was great. Got to hang out with my friends. There was a bunch of people. It was really nice. Pillow Monster will visit Scott. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Pillow Monster visited me last night with some nightmare pillows. It's sometimes no good when they're too fluffy. Then that was a problem. And to touch them, you know, when I first got there and I put your hand on the pillow, you're like, oh man, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna sleep like a baby. But as soon as you lay down on them, they just settle and settle and keep settling and keep settling and keep settling. And eventually I was laying on nothing. And I sleep on my side, so when my shoulder is on the mattress, my head was down like this. I mean, it was horrible. She just looking at me like, shut up, quit your whining. I love you. She's like, this is my show. Quit talking about your horrible sleeping experience. Yeah, I don't want to say the name of the hotel just because but that was the only bad thing about it was the pillows. Everything else about the hotel was great. Except, yeah, everything was great. But yeah, it was those pillows. Those pillows are what I'm going to remember. Oh, I would do it. I would do it again in a half a second. I mean, even if somebody said, "Hey, you're gonna be at this 4-star hotel with blah blah blah. The pillows are gonna be a thing of are gonna fuel your nightmares for years to come. This, that, and the other. But you get to spend some really good time with really good people." Then I'd be like, "Yep, sign me up. I'll do it again." Because especially the friends that were having the party, they're sort of like they're like family to me. They since I'm originally from Alabama and I don't have any family out here, they've sort of adopted me as I'm sort of like the stray puppy that if you feed him he'll keep coming back kind of thing. But they really open their heart and their arms and their home and everything to them. They're like family. I love them. I love them so dearly. There's nothing in this world I wouldn't do for them. And to be able to be there with them and their kids and their friend group and everything, it was wonderful. It was great. I would pay any price on my crick in my neck or whatever to do it again. I cannot say enough. I love these people more than anything. So yeah. How is Sasha? Sasha is looking like a completely different cat. I'll have to grab a picture of her because she's lost her winter coat. She does it every year. And she almost looks sickly every summer because she's really a tiny cat. But then in the wintertime, she puts on weight and gets her winter coat and she looks like a little, plump furball looking thing. But then when she loses it, excuse me, oh sorry dude. When she loses her winter weight and her winter coat, she shrinks down to this tiny little waif of a thing. But she's doing good. She's, it must be something in the air, you know, like Rosie finding a new place to sleep. Sasha has found a new place to sleep, where she usually sleeps somewhere close to my door, either on the trailer. I've got a 16-foot trailer that I use for hauling material, and then I've got a table outside that I keep a kennel on for her and everything. So she usually sleeps somewhere around there, but here lately she's been sleeping, there's a couple of houses next door that have crawl spaces that she goes over in that direction and sleeps. And I'll go over to the fence that separates my place from the next door, and I'll call her, and she'll either come running over when I call her, or when I come home, when she hears my truck, then she'll usually come running from next door and greet me at the gate. So, but no, she's doing fine. She's doing good. She's just sort of staring off into space, like he's just rambling on. He's just going on and on and on. So yeah, but yeah, thank you for asking about Sasha. But yeah, they took me under their wing. Yes, they did. Yeah, they've seen me through some pretty. There's been some rough times, and they're one of the few people that stood by me during some pretty rough times, and I would do anything in the world for those people. Oh man, are you about ready to call it doodle? 'Cause I got a whole bunch of stuff I got. Because this weekend has been, what did I do Friday? I did something Friday. Oh, it was, yeah, so I worked almost all night, Thursday night into Friday morning. And then Friday, I had a bunch of stuff I had to get done during the day, because my friends, the one that had the birthday party last night, they had an event at their house Friday night. So I had a bunch of stuff I had to do Friday during the day. So I worked Thursday night. A bunch of stuff I had to get done Friday during the day in preparation for that. Then went to that. Then Saturday, did some stuff around here. Then went to the party last night. Came home this morning. Yeah, my place has been neglected, so I've got laundry to do, and dishes, and all kind of good stuff. So yeah. Plus, I'm still working on my bathroom. That's been just a work on it here and there. So I've got most of the. I'm about ready to do some of the quote unquote wrapping it up. I'll put it that way. But yeah, you don't forget people like that. No, there's certain people you meet in life that you just. Well, I mean, I don't like to impose myself on somebody else as far as like assuming that assuming that they, how can I put this? I much prefer to be invited into somebody's life as opposed to pushing myself into somebody's life, if that makes any sense. Because I may feel a certain way about somebody. That doesn't mean that they feel the same way about me, and of course they're entitled to not feel that way. So I don't want to assume that somebody else views me as family, if, you know, then that's natural. But I will say this, that for my part, and of course they have been absolutely lovely to me for years. I mean, I know that they, like I said, they have stuck by my side thick and thin. But there is nothing that I wouldn't do for them that I wouldn't do for members of my own family. I mean, there are members of my own family that I would do, and I know this is going to sound bad, and for any members of my family that may hear this, I really, if you fall into this category, I really don't care. But there are members of my own family that I would do far less for than these people. And I mean, they're just, I love them dearly and cannot say enough about how good of a group of people they are. There are no words to express how good they are. Very lucky if you find such, but yeah, exactly. You know, they're the kind of people that, you know, like Ryan said about finding genuinely nice people, they're the kind of people that if you can count people like that as your friends, if those are the only friends I ever have, I would rather have them for friends and no more than to have a half a dozen maybe friends, or, you know, I would rather have one. Hello. Oh, off the back of the sofa she goes. I would rather have one set of, you know, one really good true friend than a bunch of halfway. Yeah, we're all on Team Scott until, whoa, wait a minute, hang on, it just got difficult. Hey, we'll see you, Scott. We'll, you know, let us know when things get better. Yeah, no. So, you are very fortunate. Yep, that is true. That is true. But I think Rosie has taken leave of the Rosie Show. Maybe you just come back around the front. Why did you go off the back? You're so weird. She's now on the floor over here. You're such a weird little cat. Meow. All right. I think we're going to wrap it up here. Meow. Rosie's halfway made her exit. Come here. Come here, baby. Nope. Come here. Ah. So. Don't call me weird. Nice. What is it, Doodle? All right, you ready to call it a day, Rosie? All right. Tell everybody Toodles. God, I can't. My brain today. Where are you going? She's insisting. So, all right. Anybody have anything else? Anything else to? Okay, what, Doodle? You have something else? Yeah, but you didn't want to be up here. You're so silly. All right. Well, I'm going to leave it up for a few minutes. Let everybody, you know, apparently Rosie's not going to let herself stay on camera. But I'm going to leave it up for a few minutes. Let everybody say their toodles to everybody and bid everyone a happy, safe, fun, productive week. And hopefully I will be able to get, I need to start getting some shorts posted. Some of the short videos. So I need to start doing something on that front. I've been spreading myself too thin on 47 projects. So But yeah. So, all right. Well, everybody have a good week, safe week, productive week, and we will see you next week. So, say toodles doodle. Or not. Okay, Tim. All right. I'll see y'all next week. Toodles, everybody.